Hey, what's going on, everybody? Coming to you guys on Monday, August the 9th. Just working on a bunch of different things, doing some different video technology here. Have using a different camera, tripod, just trying to figure some stuff out. Did some different stuff with the microphone, with this particular microphone stand. Again, it's not the one I'll be using. Still finishing out the studio, but I will be using this setup here and there over the next couple of weeks until I have the studio up and running the way I want it. So I figured I need to work on a couple things in here, get it going right the way it should be. So I figure I'd come to you guys and just kind of bullshit with you a little bit. If you do, if you guys would, subscribe, like this video, shoot me a comment, tell me what you think. Tell me I'm a dumbass. Tell me this stuff sucks. Whatever. I'm sure a lot of that stuff will come anyway. So I figure, yeah, let's get it out there. I don't care. I don't know. I guess everybody does care in some way, but I don't. It is what it is. But there's a couple two things I did want to talk about today, which I kind of thought were funny. I just was sitting here yesterday. I was actually being an adult, like not just sitting in my house. Like I actually was being a big fucking adult on on Sunday. I got up instead of sleeping in on Sunday. I got up and a lot of you guys know that I went out and I played golf yesterday. I played golf on Saturday, but I played with Fred yesterday, and I got up before then and actually did all my laundry, or started the laundry. Didn't do it all, but I started the laundry. I did all the dishes. I actually started a load, and I started something in a crock pot. It's the first time I've ever used a crock pot in my life. Fred's wife gave me a recipe, very simple. It's just frozen turkey meatballs and some spaghetti sauce, and I let this shit sit on low for several hours. And by the time I got home from golf, it was fucking fantastic. It was ready to go. And so I just spent the rest of the day. Actually, then went back over to Fred's house afterwards, and we just hung out with the kids and everything, and watched a little bit of TV, smoked hookah. But then when I came home, obviously I posted a picture on my story on Facebook and Instagram yesterday of all the laundry. And yeah, it's fucking absurd. I'm a single guy. I live by myself. My kids don't live here with me. So for me to have that much fucking laundry really on a regular basis is absurd, and I fucking get it. And I mean, it was literally, I was showing, there was a picture of just, a couple dozen t-shirts and 18 polos, and it's absurd. And by the way, I fucking hated it, but I got all of those the mattress sheets, the mattress cover sheets, whatever those are called. I got all those nice and folded up. I got everything in the drawer. So I felt kind of like a badass getting that shit done. But I tell you what, those fuckers suck. That's probably the worst part. Not even having to hang everything. That doesn't even bother me, or rolling all my underwear and socks and matching everything up. Literally, it was folding those fucking fitted sheets. It was ridiculous. I hated it. But a lot of people had asked me, just because there's so much shit sitting on my bed. Yeah, that's how I do my laundry. I kind of sort it out that way. It's OCD, and then I'll go through and I have a process of how I match everything up and fold it very specifically and hang all the t-shirts and the polos and all those things, and I get them off into the closet, or in the dresser. So, but a lot of people were making some comments to me about the amount of shit I have. And I'm not going to go through the whole list because it's just kind of absurd. One thing, a lot of people have asked about my black t-shirts, and I did go in there and count. I have 48 black t-shirts. It actually looks like a lot more. I might have miscounted somewhere, but 48 black t-shirts is what I've got. What I found most funny about all of this was when I went actually through and looked at everything. Everything's color coordinated, so it's like black, gray, white, red, blue, so on and so forth. I only have one green shirt, one brown shirt, and one yellow t-shirt, which I found that kind of fucking funny. I thought that was pretty hilarious. That I just clearly I have a preference of what I wear. And keep in mind, I made this list. These are just regular t-shirts. These aren't like sports shirts. These aren't, because I have everything separated. I know it's like I literally have my golf stuff down on one shelf, and I have all the t-shirts that I wear above that. But stuff like very specific that's for golf is like down here. And then I have a whole section of like sports shirts, like literally jerseys, football jerseys, hockey jerseys, baseball jerseys, shit like that. And then all the t-shirts from those sporting events, like my Miami Hurricane stuff, any Astros stuff. I probably have 30 Astros shirts, and they're all they're on a different shelf. The other thing that I was very impressed with when I went through and looked at it was my hoodie collection. I have a bad motherfucking hoodie collection. Like I got a bunch of shit that's just fucking fantastic. And I actually ordered a sweater yesterday. I love the winter. I prefer the cold weather, and actually saw a shirt online as a sweater. It's a fleece, cotton fleece sweater that I ordered yesterday. So it was pretty badass. But anyway, the other thing that really just kind of shocked me. Of course, I go in my closet and I see them, and so I know I've got a lot of shoes. Like I know it's a lot, but I actually counted it today, and I have 67 pairs of shoes and 12 pairs of flip-flops. Now, what's really absurd about that is that's almost all exclusively Adidas. I counted in that only 4 pairs of Nikes and 1 pair of New Balance. The crazy part about that is between the years of 2016 and 2019, I probably donated over 200 pairs of Nikes. My feet have been the same size since I was 19, 20 years old. So I've had shoes out the wazoo, and I just don't throw a lot of shit away. Like I've got t-shirts that are literally as old as probably some of the people watching these videos, but it's absurd the amount of tennis shoes that I had. And of course, I got rid of almost all my Nike tennis shoes. The only thing Nike that I'll even wear to this day are some gym shorts. The underwear I have on right now are Nike. Those are comfortable. But I got rid of almost all my Nike tennis shoes when they started with all that Colin Kaepernick bullshit and everything else. I'm not going to fucking deal with that. That's just pandering, and it's not what's right. So I got rid of all that stuff, and anyway, so I found that kind of crazy. But the other thing what I wanted to talk about, and it just kind of struck me, and like I said, I'm always going to make an effort to be honest and be as forthcoming and talk about shit that's going on in my life as best possible. I think that's a lot of what this is. Obviously, for right now, until I have the studio completely set up the way I want it, before I put it on air, I'm just going to do it like this. And so it's really just me. But when the show is going on, the actual show that will be occurring, it's going to be interviews. So it's going to be me sitting there talking with people, and just really not even interviews. It's just us just kind of bullshitting, just kind of sitting there and hanging out, talking, and like I said, smoking hookah, stuff like that. So, but in the meantime, like I said, I did put out there yesterday, there's something I'm going to be talking about on the 16th of this month that I've never talked about publicly before. It's not something I just, there's a lot of people in my life that know about it, but it's not something I talk about on a regular basis, or even just talk about openly with, to the general public. So, I think it's time, and I will, on the 16th, it's an anniversary. So I actually will talk about it at that time. But the thing I want to talk about, the other thing I was going to talk about today was dating. As you guys know, I'm a single man. I do date. I'm not a serial dater. I do believe in monogamy, so I don't date multiple women at the same time. It's not that's a huge turnoff to me. But I have dated. Over the past couple years, I've dated a little bit here and there. And what I found funny, it was just hitting me. It was like the last three, I was literally thinking about the last 3 women I dated, all wonderful individuals in their own right. Nothing really negative or bad to say about them. They were all, kind of, just, they were good people. And so I'm not going to say anything bad, but what I found funny was that 2 of them, I think I mentioned this before, is that 2 of them, The reason that we kind of went separate ways was because of my social media presence, which I found fucking absurd. It's like I've never been secret about. I mean, I've been very vocal and public on social media now for years, several years, where I just sit here and talk, and I've done live videos and posting shit on Instagram and Facebook. A lot of stuff about working out and physical fitness is on Facebook and Instagram. But there was always a goal here. What I wanted to do was have a podcast, something like this something in this vein where I'm sitting here having a conversation with people, because I do know a lot of people in different walks of life, all the way from, like I said, Olympic people in the Olympics, currently in the Olympics, past Olympians, big athletes, lawyers, doctors, attorneys, business owners, things like that. And so man, why not? These are people that may or may not, they may, I know a lot of them have great things to say. So why not give them a platform, get on air and have that conversation? So I'm not quiet about what my intentions are. And two of the three women had a problem, like with who I was on social media. Like somehow it was a fucking secret when we started dating, or when we started even talking, that I was this active on social media. Like somehow it fucking changed it. It was absurd to me that something like that was happening. And so it just kind of shut me down. I didn't get into argument. There was no nastiness. I didn't say anything. It was just literally like, okay, I mean, whatever. I'm not going to change who I am. I'm not going to change the person I am. When you knew this was who I was. You don't go into a relationship with the expectation that someone's going to change. I think that's an absurd. I mean, one of them even asked me to cut my fucking hair. My hair didn't magically grow overnight, but one of these women said that I need to cut my hair to be more conservative around her daughter. I hadn't met her kids yet, either one of them. I have a big rule with that, about meeting children right away. I may joke about certain things, but there's no meeting my kids. I'm not meeting your kids. I don't think that's right to do to the children. But this one actually told me I needed to cut my fucking hair. I should consider cutting my hair to be more conservative. It wasn't for her daughter. It was for her daughter's father. It was because she was worried about what her daughter's father would think. And I was like, that's I'm not going to fucking deal with that. So the third one is kind of an odd thing. Two of the women I dated those were back to back. Those events occurred in between a time when I was talking to this third girl, woman. We had talked several months ago, went on a date, things fell apart. And I'll tell you, they fell apart because, again, I'm almost 40 years old. I'm not about going out to bars and getting fucked up and partying all the time. I'm an adult, and I got an adult responsibilities. I got a business I got to take care of. I got family. I got kids, and I'm the like I'm the primary support for a lot of that stuff. And so the last thing I'm going to do is go get on the road, get drunk, get fucked up, and I mean, I don't even drink really. So it's like, why am I going to go? Why do I want to go to a bar and clubs and things like that? It makes no sense to me. It's not something that's enjoyable to me. And we went out, we had dinner one night, and we were going to, the following weekend, she was going to come actually have dinner. We were celebrating a friend's, something for a friend. I forgot what it was, but a couple of my other friends, they were able to get babysitters for their kids. Of course, everybody who has kids, the ability to get a babysitter, first off, somebody who wants to come watch your kids, but also the cost involved in having your kids. I mean, that's a pretty big luxury. You're pretty grateful for that. And it takes a lot of arrangement. Well, there was like 5 couples that were coming out. We would have been, I guess, the 5th. There was 4 others, and 3 of those other 4 all had to get babysitters. And the deal was we were all going to go hang out, celebrate an event for my buddy, and then just hang out. Well, we were getting there at 6, and that was the agreement. That's everybody knew that they were going to get there at 6 p.m. and we had a table set up and all this other stuff. And she was supposed to meet us there at 6. And And she's not there at 6, but she texts me, hey, I'm running late. Doesn't say anything else. I'm running late. Next thing I know, we have to leave at 9 because this place, District 249, does not allow children there after 9. Anybody under 18. So you had 3 families that had babysitters for their kids, and one had an older child. So I'm maybe remembering the total story a little bit wrong, but either way, we had to leave because there was somebody with us that was under the age of 18. So we have to leave at 9 p.m. and she knew that, and she's still not there. Supposed to be there at 6, still not there by 9 p.m. And next thing I know, I'm texting her, I'm like, hey, we're leaving. Oh, well, I was about to leave my house. Well, it's 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock, and you're about to leave your house. You're supposed to be here at 6. So like an hour and a half goes by in this conversation. I could just tell something was going on. I don't know if it wasn't, she wasn't into me or anything like that. That might be what it is. And she's like, hey, well, we're going to go out here. They're going to go to Rowdy's in Spring. And she's like, hey, well, we're going to go down here. Why don't you meet us? Well, it's like 10:30 at night now. And I'm like, no, I have no interest in, and again, I don't want to be on the road at that time of night with people that are drinking and things like that. So that was kind of bothersome. And she got mad at me. She got mad at me and wouldn't talk to me for months because she said I blew her off. Now, that was literally the only incident, and somehow I blew her off like 2 or 3 times when literally that was the one fucking time. I didn't go out, and because she was supposed to be there, meet us at 6, and all of a sudden wants me to go somewhere else at like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. I just wasn't having it. So anyway, fast forward a few months later, we started talking again a little bit, and we were supposed to go on a date on Friday night. Now, I'm real traditional. I like doing traditional kind of courtship type things where I never have been a bar club really kind of person. I know in my 20s, yes, I would go out to them, but when it comes to dating, I'm not going to date people from bars and clubs, but I want to do traditional courtship type stuff. I like going to dinner. I like going and doing something fun, maybe bowling, watching, seeing a movie, maybe putt or laser tag or something like that. Even just going to a park and, doing something cool, going to a museum, traditional date type things. Yeah, sure. You can throw in like a club or a bar and things like that every once in a while, but that shouldn't be the focal point of it. Well, we hadn't even done the traditional like date stuff yet. Like we had literally had one dinner together, and it was eating crawfish at District 249 on a Sunday night, like months ago at the beginning of crawfish season. So like, I'm like, hey, let's go on a date. We were supposed to do one on Tuesday. Of course, that didn't happen for multiple reasons, I guess. Mostly she didn't return my fucking text messages all damn day. And then Friday night, we were supposed to go on a date. Well, I'm waiting we were supposed to meet by like 8 o'clock. Next thing I know, she's not getting out of work. She didn't get off work till almost like 9. The next thing I know, it's damn near 9:30. She supposedly just got off work, but yet she's already on her way to Rowdy's in Spring with her sister and her friend because it's her friend's birthday. So somehow she was able to get from her fucking job that she got off at 9 o'clock at, apparently. She was supposed to be off at 6, but apparently didn't get off until almost 9. Next thing I know, 30 minutes later, she's already been able to make it home, change, and is on her way out with her friends. So clearly this had all been arranged. And of course I find out, yes, I went and met him there. And I find out from her friend that it was her birthday. And I'm talking with, she starts telling me, yeah, we talked about it earlier today. We'd made arrangements. I was like, of course, you guys made arrangements to come out here early this morning. And she didn't tell me about it till like 9 o'clock at night. And then gets mad at me afterwards because I don't want to go anywhere after. Like, we listened to a concert. The music was fantastic. It was great. But then afterwards, we were already at a bar, club, whatever. The dance floor was opening up. Like, why did we need to go anywhere else? She wanted me to now go to some other location with them. And it's like 12 o'clock at night. I'm like, no, I live 5 or 6 miles from there. Why in the world am I going to go now drive like 25 miles to go somewhere else? I thought it was just absurd. And so then, that's Friday night. Then Saturday, we were supposed to hang out. Of course, she was supposed to get off at 1 o'clock, doesn't get off till like 4 o'clock, then apparently falls asleep and has not returned a text message from me since Saturday, because she texts me at like 6 o'clock at night or 6 o'clock in the afternoon and says, "Hey, sorry, I dozed off. What are you doing?" I'm like, well, I'm over at Fred's house. We're smoking hookah and we're gonna watch UFC fight. You're more than welcome to join. No response, no text message back, no message on Sunday, no text messages today. And but she's been watching my stories. She's watching my stories on Facebook, and so I know she's there. But it's like, it's what struck me about all this is that you have these women. There's 3 different women. They were all vastly different women. And what I found in different ages, ranging from one was literally my age, actually 6 months older than me, to one that is like a couple years younger, to one is like maybe 6 or 7 years younger. Vastly different women, and I guess maybe I'm the common denominator here. But what I found amazing is that I try to do the traditional dating. Like, I try to be that, I've always been a very traditional dating guy. I've watched the gentlemanly kind of stuff. That's what my dad was with my mom, opening doors, trying to be, courteous and return text messages and phone calls, and, say, hey, if I'm going into a meeting or something like that, I'd send a message, hey, if you text me or whatever, if you're trying to get a hold of me, I might not be able to respond over the next, hour or so. I'm going into a meeting, whatever. And I would do that. I would be courteous in that way. And so it blew my mind. It blows my mind that you see this shit. You see fucking women online all the time. And I'm not bashing women. Don't take that at all. But you see women all the time. You don't see it really coming from guys. It always seems to come from women. That, where are the gentlemen? Where are the men that treat women well? Are there guys that open doors anymore? Are there guys that believe in monogamy anymore? Yeah, we're out there. But when you find somebody like us, you also want all the other bullshit to go away too. Well, look, I'm covered in tattoos. I got long hair. I'm on social media. I like working out. I do things for myself. I take care of my body. I enjoy that. I don't take pictures of myself and put it on social media so that I get a single bit of attention from a female, anything like that. There's a lot of people in my life that have struggled with a lot of things, whether it be a bad childhood or alcoholism or drug addiction, or they're addicted to food and they eat. And the things that I've been through personally, that I talk to a lot of these people about on a regular basis, to put my stuff on social media is more about inspiration towards them or for them, rather than getting attention in a sexual, kind of manner. Because that doesn't matter. Like, that's just not my point. And so I live my life and I do these things, and yet that's what you hear. Yeah, that's the problem. You got a guy who wants to do these things and wants to be this kind of man for a woman in his life, but then you've got to try to fix every other fucking thing about him too. Hey, look, if you want to go into a relationship with the expectation that you're going to change somebody and want to make them different, well, that relationship's never going to fucking work. I'll be honest, that's the problem with my ex-wife. That was the problem with her, that there was this expectation all along that she was going to be able to change who I was, and I've never changed since day one. I mean, I think you can ask everybody in my life. You can ask Fred. I've known him for 30 years. Dustin, I've known him for 30 years. Ask the other people that I've known. I've never changed. I've been consistent who I am. Does that mean like I'm the greatest? No, I'm an asshole. I can be an asshole, but I'm a good fucking guy. Like, I take care of people. Like, I go out of my way to consider other people and take care of them. That's how my father was. But I'm very firm in my belief in certain things, and I'm not going to waver on those kinds of things. And I'm vocal. And so it just amazes me. It just blows my mind that you get that, and you'll see it online, and you'll see people saying things, and then, like I said, you take literally 3 different kinds of women. I guess, like I said, it might be me, might be the only common denominator. But as far as like changing my social media presence and things like that, obviously that's not going to decrease. That's only going to increase at this point. So complaining about that kind of shit is fruitless. But the other stuff, man, it's very surprising to me. It's very surprising to me that people, the way they behave and they handle certain things. But I believe it has to do a lot with their own demons, their own past, their own insecurities. Look, I can accept my faults. I can accept my flaws, the things I do wrong. And I think a lot of those other things have to do with deflection and not being able to accept who you are, the things you've done, the things you've said, the way you've behaved. Part of my story, part of the things I will be talking about on the 16th has a lot to do with that. Has a lot to do with self-accountability, taking responsibility for your actions, and not taking responsibility for other people's actions. Obviously, you want to take responsibility for your own. You can't ever control what other people are going to do. You just have to accept your part in things, and it just blows my mind. So anyway. So that's it, guys. I rant over. This is just the shit, like I said, always I think about it. I'm always going to do my best to be honest. And I'm always going to talk to you guys and just kind of give it from the real perspective. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. Hey, these are real experiences. I mean, I've been around the world. I've done a lot of shit. I've been married. I've been divorced. I've been married again, been divorced again. I've got kids. I've dated. I've been with, in my 20s, I mean, I was bad in my 20s. I mean, shit, who wasn't in their 20s? I mean, it was MySpace days. Jesus Christ. You go on MySpace and it's like you could literally go online, do anything, and the next thing you know, it was insane. Girls complain today about guys in their DMs today on social media. My fucking God. MySpace was only about hooking up. You people today that only know Facebook and Instagram, you don't know shit. MySpace was only about fucking. That's dead serious. It was only about fucking. It's literally going online, you're finding out where everybody's going to be at, and you're finding someone to fuck. That's it. I mean, it was the craziest fucking time in my life. I'd say 2004 to like 2006, before I met my daughter's mom. It was an insane period of my life. Too young with too much money and not enough fucking brains. So that's the reality of it. So which definitely transitions into the rest of my life and learning a lot of the lessons that I've learned. So it's just crazy. And so I look at it, I look at that perspective, and I look at how I am, and it's just, man, I don't get a lot of things. It doesn't make sense to me. And by no means do I look at myself and say, man, I'm a catch. No, actually, I think anybody who talks to me, I think it's actually the other way around. I can be very vocal, and that's just because I'm not shy, but I do believe I'm very humble in the respects of what I look like and how I appear. I don't look at myself as some prize. I just don't see myself that way. I don't look at myself in that fashion. And I get a lot of comments about that. And I just don't see myself that way. I just see myself as a normal guy who is good at working out, and has the ability to communicate and isn't afraid to do it. Also, I have really cool tattoos, I think. And I tell everybody it's good lighting. That's just the way I see it. I don't see it I don't see it from a sexualized perspective like a lot of people may. It's just not how I see things. So, but it blows my mind. It really does. The stuff that gets said and done and how people handle stuff is just crazy to me. So, anyway, guys, I appreciate your time. I don't know how long I've been rambling on here. The software here doesn't exactly have a timer on it just yet. So I appreciate everything. I thank you guys for taking the time and listening. If you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button. Give me a like, give me a comment. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what you guys think. If there's a topic you guys want to talk about, again, until probably the 1st of September when I officially launch things, most of the time it's just gonna be me here sitting. And of course, you guys know, is watching my lives on Facebook and Instagram over the past couple years. I'll literally just get on here and rant, things that come up and I think about, and I think I think a lot of times that's fun. I think for the most part that has a lot of appeal to people, because a lot of times it's just people that's things that people are afraid to say. They think it, but they don't necessarily feel like they want to say it out loud. So I just, I don't have any problem saying shit anymore. I have no desire to be anything other than me at this point in my life, and all the other nonsense that's just fucking white noise. None of it even matters. It's got to be you. Got to be who you are. So, had a great Panera Bread lunch today. Ooh, great sandwich. I was such a fat ass though. I got a couple French baguettes, and because I like to dip it in the soup. I got broccoli chowder, or broccoli and cheese chowder soup. Anyway, I got the baguettes and I got them home. I was such a fucking fat ass. I got butter out and I split all the baguettes in half into little quarters and everything, and I buttered up every fucking piece of bread. And I ate all that before I ate my sandwich. And so I couldn't even finish all the sandwich because I was so fucking full. Like I said, I'm such a fucking fat ass. But I love food. It's the number one reason I work out. It's why I do it. Anyway, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. Tell me what you think, and I will talk to you guys probably tomorrow. Have a good day.